Hi preschoolers! We're going to be reading a book today by an author that you might recognize. A few days ago you read a book by Jan Brett called The Mitten. And this book is also by Jan Brett. Let's start by looking at the cover. This is a picture on the cover of the book. The picture on the cover always gives us a clue to what the book is about. So, what do you think this book might be about? Did you name an animal? Yeah, I see lots of animals, so I think that this story is going to have these animals in the story. Another clue to what the book is about is the title, and the title of this book is The Hat. So I bet there's going to be a hat in this story. This is the title page. On the title page, you'll see the title. Do you see the yellow rectangle? The yellow box? That's the first word we're going to read. That word starts with the letter T. Can you point to that word? That says the, because the title of this book is The Hat. And while we're reading this book, I want to see if you can show me where I'm going to start to read on each page. Let's get started. Now, on the left side of the page, there aren't any words, just a picture. So I'm going to go to the right side, and I see a yellow box. In that yellow box is the word Jan, because if you remember, our author is Jan Brett. And then it says The Hat, because that's the title of the book. Can you find the yellow box? The word starts with the letter W. That's where I'm going to start reading. Winter was on the way. Lisa took her woolen clothes out of the chest and carried them outside. There aren't any words on the left side of the page, so let's look on the right side. Do you see the yellow box? There's a word that starts with the letter S. That's where I'm going to start reading. She was hanging them up in the fresh air when a strong wind blew one of the stockings off the line. Do you see that stocking? Looks like a sock. That's another word for stocking. It's blowing away because of the strong wind. There aren't any words on the left side of the page, so I'm going to go to the right side. I see that yellow box, and the word there starts with the letter C. That's where I'm going to start to read. Curious Hedgie found it and poked his nose in. When he pulled it out, the stocking was stuck on his prickles. How embarrassing, Hedgie thought. Would that embarrass you if you had a stocking stuck on you? The mother hen came by with her chicks. Cackle, cackle, she clucked and laughed. What's that on your head, Hedgie? Why, it's my new hat, he told her. Isn't it beautiful? The mother hen cocked her head as if she had an idea, and off she ran. Do you see where I'm going to start to read? Do you see the yellow box? There's a word that starts with an H. That's where I'm going to start. Hedgie saw the noisy gander looking down at him. Honk, honk, ho, ho, ho. The gander laughed. Look at that! The hedgehog has flipped his gizzard. Laugh today, gander, but tomorrow when it rains, my hat will keep me dry. The gander thought for a moment, and off he ran. Find that yellow box. Do you see the word that starts with the letter T? That's where I'm going to start to read. The barn cat was watching from a tree as Hedgie tugged on the stocking. Meow, he called down. What a silly-looking hedgehog you are with that thing on your head. But my ears will be warm in a snowstorm. Purred the cat, and off he ran. Do you see the cat up in the tree looking down at Hedgie? Hedgie's trying to take the stocking off of his head. The farm dog and her puppies found Hedgie in a patch of brambles. Hedgie, is that a hat you're wearing? How funny you look, she barked, and her puppies yelped and giggled. But I'll be cozy and dry when it snows, Hedgie said. The farm dog's ears perked up. and off she ran. I'm going to start reading on the left side. There's a word that starts with the letter O. Do you see that word? That's where I'm going to start reading. Oink, oink, the mama pig squealed. What are you up to, Hedgie? Making sure my hat doesn't blow off. I see, said the mama pig, and off she ran. Can you show me where I'm going to start to read? Can you touch that word? It starts with the letter H, and it's inside that yellow rectangle, in the yellow box. That's where I'm going to start. Hedgie, what is that ridiculous thing on your head? The pony snorted at Hedgie. That was the last straw. It's my hat, of course. Don't you know that everyone should wear a hat in the winter when it's cold and snowy? Hedgie shouted. The pony looked startled. Hedgie was usually so friendly, and off he ran. Hedgie just wanted to be alone. He was tired of everyone laughing at him, and with this thing on his head, he couldn't even fit in his den. He didn't see Lisa running after him, the other stocking in her hand. Come back, you silly hedgehog, she called. Oh no, Hedgie thought, even the girl is laughing at me. Can you show me where I'm going to start to read? It's in the yellow box, and it starts with the letter L. Lisa caught up and pulled the stocking off Hedgie's head. You ridiculous little hedgehog, she laughed. Don't you know that animals don't wear clothes? Hedgie headed back for his den, and Lisa started back towards the clothesline. That's when she saw all of her missing woolens. Each animal was thinking, now I am wearing a magnificent hat. Do you see all the animals in the story? They all have clothes on, don't they? Gloves and scarves and sweaters. And I see Lisa staring at all those animals. Lisa was still chasing them when Hedgie reached his den. How ridiculous they look. Don't they know that animals should never wear clothes? That's what Hedgie's thinking as he's getting inside of his den. Do you see all those animals? Where do you think they got the idea to put those clothes on? From Hedgie. They were first laughing at him, but then they decided to go put some clothes on themselves. Have you ever seen an animal with clothes on, maybe a dog? You are fantastic listeners, and you helped me know where I start to read on every page. Thank you, preschoolers.